Welcome to another Identity 5 video. In this video, I'll be talking about map spawns and which are the most optimum map spawns you should pick. This is based on the tier that I am in, which was peak tier, and right now I'm tier 7. So basically, in higher tiers, they always pick spawns which are like really OP, and even in Japanese server they practice this like religiously. They always pick the strongest spawns, strongest survivors, and it's always this way. So without further ado, let me get into the video. The first map that I'll be talking about is Arms Factory, which is the first map in Identity V. So basically, X is the hunter spawn. This is hunter spawn. The blue is basically the survivor spawn, and this is just concentrate on the blue and the red. So this is basically your standard survivor spawn. You want to have let's start from the top. First, we will have the kiter. K1 means the main kiter, the best kiter you have. So let's say it's an antiquarian, or let's say it's a prospector, or let's say I don't know, if you team up with a really good player, so you want him to be kiting here, because this is where normally hunters will target the survivors. So yeah, we want this to be the strongest kiter. Here we normally want to have R for rescuer, which is normal. We can even have support, like female dancers, music boxes, really effective. We can have that also. Or we can have priestess, but not on this map. I wouldn't recommend it. It's only a female dancer. Besides that, of course, there are various other tactics. You can even put gardener and go for the struggle type of situation. Play cowboy, gardener, and stuff like that. Yeah, so definitely really good spawn for supports. K1 is also kiter. So basically what I mean by that is your primary kiter can, let's say in a team, right? You don't have a rescuer, right? You don't have a rescuer. So you still have to spawn here. So we want the best kiter to kite here, ideally. So we want the best kiter to take here, and we want the second person. Like if let's say instead of a rescuer, you have a aeroplanist, right? You have aeroplanist. So aeroplanist can take this spawn. Aeroplanist can take this spawn. But in general, I would say this is how you. These two spawns are where you have to strategize, basically. So here K2 is basically, it can be any survivor. This is actually a very safe spawn also. It can normally it's K2 means second kiter in the team or whatever. Really good spawn for that. This is normally decoder. Because this is the strongest part of the map, so we normally give this to decoders. Because like sometimes if you give decoder this spawn, hunter can spawn here. So that's why we want this. Just immediately give the decoder the best spawn, and hope that the hunter chases someone else. So so now I'm going to be talking about who normally the hunter chases. I'm going to go with a green one for this. So let's say the hunter starts from here. Hunter's primary target will always be the decoder. It could be a prisoner, it could be anyone. Normally, whoever it is, the hunter goes for this spot. So this person has to be very aware. That is the normal target. Sometimes, some hunters, because if you notice here, I'm not sure if you can see it. Can you see those walls? Yeah, so if you can see those walls, basically, if you decode in this area, see you're decoding in this area, it's very hard to see through the walls, like what is going on, basically. So I've seen many times, hunters, they come from this direction. Even though they spawn here, they come from this direction. They can even come from this direction. And sometimes even the normal direction, obviously. So like as a survivor, you will be really confused. Like, hey, how did the hunter come here? And you'll get, even if you're a first officer or wildling or whatever, you're going to get hit. So I would suggest this second person is the second primary target. So be very careful. So if I was this person, I hear heartbeat, immediately I'll transition towards shack. transition to a shack. First, I'll tell yeah, hunter is near me, and then I'll transition to shack because the hunter will be busy mind gaming himself. So let's say now, okay, now the hunter goes here. You do this successfully. You transition here. Next target would be this person. This is how I normally see. It either goes two ways, just simply chases prisoner or whatever lawyer. Unsuccessful, go for this. That's how it normally works. So when hunter picks this, these three people are your main people. So be very careful about this. All right. So let's go to the next part, which is K2. K2 is secondary spawn. Actually, this is interchangeable. Sometimes hunters pick here. For me, most of the matches, hunter always picks here. I know for some people, hunter might pick here. So if let's say hunter comes here, this 100% of the time, hunter chases this person. 100% of the time, I would say hunter chases this person. Unless it's a Wu Chang, BQ or something. But even BQ, she always chases this person. Rarely I've seen hunters try to, like mind game and go to this person or something, something like that, or this person. It just rarely happens. I've never seen that. So yeah, so that's it for factory basically. Basically, what we want to do is we want to have the strongest kiter. This is 100%. We want to have the strongest kiter here. And we want to have the rescuer here. This is like most scenarios, strongest kiter, rescuer. This can be decoder, and this can be your secondary kiter. So what we are doing is we are defending the decoder basically. So we have like all routes is blocked. So if the hunter, let's say the hunter spawns here, which rarely happens, then the decoder will know what is going on. So hunter normally they won't spawn here. So if you do this, normally so decoder has a really good position here, especially I don't know, prisoner or lawyer. So you have like a really good spot here, and here can be your secondary kiter because ideally we want two of the kiters to be here essentially. Or another thing you can do is have your support here, and then have your decoder here. So basically the idea is the decoder goes towards the support. That is another way to do it. So that's a really good idea also. And you guys can play around this a lot. It can be anything, to be honest, but decoder, this is the two places where decoder has to be at, and this is definitely the place where the best kiter has to be, because the hunter will always spawn at these two areas. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about who the hunter will chase. This is where hunter normally will spawn. Majority of the time I've seen hunter always goes for this person. So this person has to be very careful. In rare scenarios, like sometimes I play hunter, I like to experiment with. I don't like to. With hunter, you have the luxury of doing that, experimenting with different things, but not always. Most of the time, it's better to just go for this target. So sometimes I just wait here behind the wall, and then I'll wait for the rescuer to decode, and then I'll immediately go to the rescuer. So it cuts a lot of distance, because normally rescuer will start running. If you come like right away, the rescuer will start running. So I will do that. So this person also is kind of in jeopardy, but mostly I would say it's this person. Okay, so that is pretty simple, right? So now we'll go to the second hunter spawn, which is here. This is also a really popular spawn. It can be interchangeable, like I said before. So this is a really powerful spawn where like it becomes like a 50-50. Hunter can chase this person, hunter can chase this person. Let's say you planned out a tactic, like you're playing with a 4-man, let's say. So you already plan to have priestess here, you already plan to have a decoder here. Let's say you have a decoder, and let's say you have a support. Okay, let's say you have a decoder support. Hunter is here. Who do you think Hunter will go for? Strongest kiter in the team, like an antique warrior, or a lawyer or prisoner? So obviously Hunter will go here. But if let's say you pick a kiter, and this is also a kiter, and let's say this kiter is slightly stronger or weaker, who do you think the Hunter will chase? So it truly depends. This truly depends on the scenario. But normally Hunter will let me just erase all of this. The two people in trouble is these two people. They are highly endangered. And sometimes this person also I want to say is in trouble, but it's not because of the hunter. It's actually because of the survivor themselves. Because sometimes the survivor will get chased. Like let's say now the hunter is chasing the survivor. Instead of going here like this, they go here. And let's say you have a decoder here, right? That's it. It's game over. So please be careful about your transitions and all that. I probably will make a different video on that. But that's it for Red Church. Basically, what we want to do is we want to have the rescuer here. This is definite. Most of the time, even if it's a strong kiter, I would highly recommend only rescuer to be here because it's so dangerous. You're going to need a rescuer for this map. And this, or you can, you can kind of have like maybe a gardener, or you can have Ada or acrobat. You can have them here because they are all very strong beginning kiters, but truly depends on the hunter, to be honest. So rescue, I would say, is non-negotiable here. This is definitely non-negotiable. Your strongest kiter should always spawn here. And here you normally want to have your decoder or support, depending on your team. Sometimes you won't have a decoder, sometimes you only have a support, so you want to have your support here. And here is normally the second kiter. So this is the idea behind it. So now I'm going to talk about the hunter. Hunter normally picks the spawn, very common. I would say this is most common spawn of the entire game. Like I think every single match hospital is this. So what you want to be aware is, two people has to be aware. Three people, sorry. This, and this. And it's in the order that I placed it. So basically, if normally hunter goes for this person. That's the traditional way, right? Hunter goes for this person, the strongest kiter. But in some case scenarios, hunter will see, if let's say Cypher is here and then the decoder, I'm a mercenary, and just starts decoding. If I'm an undead, why not go for the mercenary, right? If I'm a wax artist, why not go for the mercenary? So this person is secondly in trouble. This person, I would say, will become in trouble depending on the Cypher spawn. If you're lucky, it spawns on double story. If it spawns on double story, you're very lucky. You don't have to worry about anything. You're practically safe. But if it spawns around this birdcage area, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. If it spawns around this birdcage area, normally what this person does is, because they are so scared of kiting around this area, they just immediately transition here. So I would highly recommend you to be careful. These two people have to, if you can't do anything because this person is brain dead and they go here, so you have to take the initiative and be careful, basically, if you are the decoder especially. But if you are a support, I would say just place one music box and then go and decode another cipher, right? Because decoders, we want them to decode fast, but for support, we just want them to place the support and all this. So if you are kiting here, you should know, hey, we have a female dancer, we have a priestess or whatever, right? So we can go to birdcage. But if it's not, if it's the decoder, don't try to go to birdcage. So that is the common sense behind that. And yeah. Okay, this map is extremely complex. Like, this is the only map I would say that you could. There's a lot of ways to play this, but the best way I would say is this. Just have the straight spawn. This is the best, I would say. Just have the straight spawn. And I'm just talking for C players. So what you want to do is, normally you want to have the rescuer here. You want to have your primary kiter here. your secondary kiter here, and you want to have your decoder here, or whatever, like your weakest kiter, basically, whatever here. But here can also be support. Support is really good here because if it's a priestess, you can place portals here. So this person, what I would recommend is, before I get into that, I think I'm just going to show you the hunter spawns. Normally hunter spawns here, or sometimes normally the hunter spawns here also. These are the two spawns hunter picks. Even sometimes I've seen hunter spawn here. So basically, I've run. This is like the hardest map basically to determine who the hunter is going to chase. So my advice is, these two people have to be very aware. These two people have to be very aware, and also mercenary or whoever it is. So do not decode. First thing, this person. Okay, let me just tell you what you guys should do first. Wait, let me see. Is this big boat? Okay, so this is big boat. This is big boat. Let's assume that this is the window. You know, big boat has. Small boat has a window. So what you want to do is you want to go up, and then you want to wait at the window. Just wait at the window there. See what is the hunter doing. But obviously, okay, let me retract. First, mercenary or whoever it is, you must hide. You hide. Okay, you hide. So when you hide, hunter goes here. Okay, holy shit, there's no one here. What does the hunter do? Does the hunter go here? Obviously no, because it's too hard. So what the hunter will do? Hunter will go here. Let's look for another target. When the hunter comes here, you just wait at the window, and then the hunter will be like, hey, where the hell is that guy? And if the hunter doesn't realize you are waiting there, so the hunter will just continue here in this direction. But by that time, this person, you should already be transitioning towards hunter's location. Why? Because there's always a cipher at where hunters spawn. If hunters spawn at Big Rock, the cipher is always here. So your goal is to transition here. So by the time the hunter does this entire movement, you are already decoding about 5 to 10% of the cipher, basically. So that is the idea behind it. And I won't talk about looping and kiting, that you guys have to figure that out. But I'm just going to talk about the hunter's common sense from what I've seen. I've played thousands of matches. Not thousands, like hundreds of matches. And that's what I've seen. So if the hunter spawns here, it's actually the same thing, to be honest. Just wait here, and this person just goes to Big Rock, and this person just decodes middle. So like it's the same thing. It's the same concept. So yeah, and okay, another thing is, I forgot to say, if let's say hunter spawns here, what does that mean? Going to chase this person 100% of the time. So prepare to kite. So these are the spawns for Lakeside. I would say this is the most complex one. It's very hard to determine what the hunter will do on this map, especially. I would say my losses are on this map a lot because it's very unpredictable what the hunter will do. Okay, so the next map is Moonlit River Park. So I haven't highlighted the other spawn yet because it can be any spawn, to be honest. What do I mean by any spawn? You can spawn here. If you don't benefit from this is we call this fort stop. If you cannot abuse fort stop, then spawn here. If you can abuse fort stop, then you spawn here. Who are the characters that can abuse fort stop? I'm talking about Acro. Talking about Patient. I'm talking about Antiquarian, kinda, not really that good, but yeah. So those type of people. If you practice kiting like really well, highly recommend this. But if let's say you're like I don't know, like a weaker character, I would not recommend here. So definitely pick this spot. This spot is very good also. So it's interchangeable. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to focus on this one. So normally this will be your best kiter. Let me just change the ink. So your best kiter will always be here. So this is your K1. And Your second. Okay, this is also interchangeable. So this can be your second kiter. It can be a second kiter. Support for this map, I don't know. I don't know any tactics for this map. Mm, because normally support happens after the person gets chat. I've noticed on this map. So before, I'm not sure. So this can normally be a kiter and or a decoder. If decoder, who I would recommend it to be a decoder. I would recommend if you are a prisoner. I mean, no, sorry. If you are a lawyer, mind's eye, people who can see through walls, seer. So all this is like really good because you can see through walls, so you can benefit of the hunter. Like a hunter, all the hunter knows is going to come through here, and you could be here, right? Or you could be here, or you could be in the building and hiding somewhere. The hunter will have a hard time. I mean, that doesn't work, by the way, but I'm just giving an example. So yeah, basically that's what you want to do. And here is normally, I would say, is only kiters. Kiters, decoders also can spawn here. Basically, decoders also can spawn here. Truly depends on how you guys want to do things. If you have like a team or whatever. Okay, now let's go to the hunter. This is the usual one. What does the hunter do? 100% this person is going to get chased. 100% this person is going to get chased. So yeah, you better know your kiting route. So for this map, only for this map, I'm going to tell you my kiting route. Yeah, because I'm very confident in my kiting route. I've successfully kited many ciphers with this kiting route. I feel like this is my most confident map. So what you want to do is, let's say you play a lawyer, because I play lawyer. I'm going to use him as example. I normally bring broken windows. Doesn't matter even if it's a geisha or whatever. I don't give a shit. Immediately go towards the window. Go towards the window. I will see. Or if let's say I can't see the hunter, I will wait. Like you have to have some experience with this. So I will know the right time to jump down. So when I jump down, I will be like somewhere around here. Like or here. Around this area. The hunter will just drop down or will still be close to the window. So by the time I reach here, normally if it's a geisha, I will be here, and then the geisha will be here. So I will be here, the geisha will be here. So by the time I reach this point, I will just I'll just try to go. I'll try to play around, but not a lot. I'll just take the hit and take the roller coaster, and I'll go here. And then I will loop the entire area. But this truly depends, if it's a geisha, you will die here. You'll die somewhere around this area. But if it's like, you say, a gamekeeper, or like, I don't know, some other slow type of hunter like a Antonio or Feaster, I will already be halfway here, and then I'll loop this area, and then I'll go here again, and then I'll take it, and then you know what happens next. I spawn here. So that is the spawn that I am really, really good at, I would say. Really good spawn. If you spawn here, obviously it's the same thing. You just want to basically take the thing and you go here, and then you want to do the same thing. But if you are here, so here I do not have experience to talk about kiting routes, I would say. I rarely spawn here. Whenever I do spawn here, I normally kite in this area. I know people don't know how to use that area, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But basically, this is what I feel is best. Next map I'm going to be talking about is Leo's Memory. Leo's Memory is a pretty interesting map because some argue that this map has the strongest looping potential, but I would say Arms Factory is better. But I know what, agree to disagree, right? So okay, so normally you want to have your decoder here. Most of the time, decoder or any type of weak survivor, you want them to be here. And your support. Okay, so we have a T now. Probably wondering what is a T. So support, as usual, priestess, female dancer. Your rescue, I'm talking about mercenary or puppeteer or whatever here. And toy merchant. T is for toy merchant, because toy merchant, if you can you see the stairs here? This is the stairs, stairway. um, the stairway, and basically they normally place the catapult thing here. So like you say the hunter chases you, you can easily go here and then take the catapult and then go up again. So I hope that makes sense. So that's why we always want toy merchant in the middle. It's really beneficial. I would argue even in Lakeside you can give toy merchant the boat spawn, but this truly depends on your team comp. I'm going to talk about more general. This is like more general what you should do. So, and here normally your strongest members have to be here. I'm talking about your rescue. I'm talking about your kiters. They have to be here. And here your secondary kiters. And interchangeable. Can you interchange? Like can you have the K2 here and K1 here? I would say it's a bit shaky. You can try it. See if it works out for you. I would say it's a bit shaky, but it truly depends. So now let's start with the most common one. To be honest, it can go here or here. This map is the one that it can go either way. But let's go with the easier one first. If the hunter starts here, 100% is a geisha or naiad chasing you here. 1000%, I can guarantee you that. And sometimes I've seen the hunter go here, but it's very rare. Always chasing because they want to get you down. Could be a gamekeeper also. So that is a bit that is the first one. And I would say this person is in danger, and this person is kinda in danger if hunter spawns here. So the next spawn, if let's say the hunter spawns here, if the hunter spawns here, sorry, not this. These two people are heavily in danger. And it truly depends, If you pick antiquarian or a rescuer is here, obviously the hunter will go for this survivor. Sometimes if let's say toy merchant is here, rescuer is here, and let's say your strongest kiter is here, hunter will go for the toy merchant. Just it depends. If it's a geisha, the geisha might. It just truly depends. But this is very rare. I would say it's so rare that I'm not going to say you're in danger. You can just decode peacefully. If the hunter spawns here, person who has to decode is who have to be worried is this number 1 and number 2. I don't know, sorry, number 1 and number 2, because hunter always goes for this person. I don't know why they never chase a person here. I've seen people hunter chase, but normally it's here. So yeah, these two people are heavily in danger. I would say it's a 50-50. It's a coin toss basically. Who gets chased? But this map is a bit more simple to understand, I would say. Basically, for Eversleeping Town, you will have your decoder here. This is guaranteed. You want your decoder to be here. Why? Because he can transition to this spawn. Easily transition to this spawn, or transition to that spawn, or spawn on double story. Basically, that's why we want to pick this area. Basically, depending on where the hunter spawns. So this is really powerful. We are protecting the decoder. Basically, we want the decoder to spawn here. In other cases, let's say this is normally a rescuer, or basically like this is interchangeable. Sometimes you can have support here, sometimes you can have the rescuer here. Support is places will be very good on this map in middle. Female dancer is insane. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Can you see this thing? So basically you want to have your music boxes on that area. Really OP. So like let's say the hunter chases this person, right? The person can bring them to this location, so you can do a lot of stuff there. Don't immediately come here, right? You want to go here and then loop and stuff like that, but that's for a different video. So that's what we want to do. And here is normally kiters. You want to have it's interchangeable. In a standard case scenario, rescuer here, your strongest kiter here, your secondary kiter here, I would say, because this location is a bit more easier to kite than this, I would say. But some might even argue that this is harder to kite than this. So it truly depends on the scenario and hunter. So this is like a coin flip also. So let me show you who the hunter will chase. If the hunter spawns here and you have a decoder here, in most scenarios, decoder or any weak kiter, hunter rarely chases, even if there's a decoder here. Why? Because if, let's say, hunter comes from this direction, right? Hunter comes from this direction, you mind game a bit, and then you drop down, and then you go here. Or if, let's say, you spawn down here, you will have enough time to go here. Unless it's a geisha. If it's a geisha, even geishas, you do make it here, kinda, but geisha is going to be really hard. So that is the danger. So this person is heavily in danger if hunter spawns here. And obviously this person heavily in danger if hunter spawns here. But I would say this definitely this is number 1 target, this is number 2 target. So yeah. Next spawn is, if, let's say, hunter spawns here, this is a really good spawn. So this spawn, normally hunter goes in this side, because the hunter can actually prevent you from accessing this area. This area is a no-go basically, if the hunter can stop you from going there. But the problem is, the distance between the hunter and the survivor is really large. So unless it's a fast hunter rarely goes here. So I would say most of the time, 70% to 80% of the time, hunter always chases the person here. Always. I've seen breaking wheel, BQs always chase me in this part. And yeah, so it's a bit hard. Because like sometimes the person spawns on double story. So if it's a BQ or breaking wheel, they don't want to take the risk. They just immediately want to chase the person here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So just be careful. If hunter spawns here, it's probably a BQ, breaking wheel, or something like that, a fast hunter. Right. The last map is Chinatown. Chinatown is a interesting map. I think it's one of the few maps where it was introduced relatively new, and then it just rise to fame. I mean, it's not new, but it just immediately it was already on Koa and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But now we already have an established meta, I would say, when it comes to or Chinatown. So hunter, you want to spawn here. Right? So when hunter spawns here, normally decoder. Normally it's decoder here. Normally kiter, your secondary kiter should always be here. Your rescuer or support as usual should be here. If, let's say, you have your support here, right? If you have your support here, then it gets a bit shaky sometimes. You have to determine, right? You want to have your, I would say, have your rescuer here and your support here. Maybe this one you just give it to your secondary kiter or something, right? It just truly depends on the scenario. So yeah, so this is the basic things. Decoder, kiter 2 and kiter 1 primary, and rescuer or support. Okay, now let's talk about the hunter spawns. If hunter spawns here, I would say it's a 50-50. Sometimes the hunter wants to, if it's a clerk, I've seen clerks just chase. It doesn't matter if it's a lawyer, strongest kiter in the game. It doesn't matter. The hunter will always chase the person here. But in most case scenarios, hunter will go towards middle, harass a bit, and then go here. That is what I've seen in most case scenarios, So this person is definitely safe. But this person, I would say this person is not safe. And this person, kind of hard to say, but because normally if you get a cipher here, let's say you get a cipher here, then indeed you're not safe. So 3 people. So that's why this is a really not popular spawn, I would say. Okay. The next spawn. Okay, this spawn is really, really nice. This spawn. So hunter normally spawns here. So this spawn is very, very straightforward. Hunter is going to chase this guy. 100%. 100% hunter is going to chase this guy. If hunter doesn't chase this guy, if you don't hear the hunter is near me early, it's a Wu-Chang, it's a BQ, it's some type of sneaky hunter, Joseph. So yeah, that's why these 2 spawns are really good on this map. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, I will definitely answer you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.